Simeon Burke here. I'm a recently qualified barrister, and I believe that I am being effectively blocked from admission to the law library and practice in the Irish courts. Earlier today I attended the pre-admission interview that all prospective applicants are invited to. At that meeting I met with two members of the library committee, Ms. Tabitha Wood, Barrister at Law, and Ms. Tracy Ennis-Faherty, Barrister at Law. At that meeting I sought to raise questions I have about unfairness in relation to the way the Law Library and the Bar Council is handling my application for membership. But unfortunately I wasn't permitted to ask all the questions I had. The panel repeatedly said they didn't want to answer the questions. The members of the interview panel did direct that I should direct any concerns I had to Mr. Seán Guerin, Senior Counsel, Chair of the Council of the Bar of Ireland. Of course, I have already been in contact with Mr. Seán Guerin. I have raised concerns with him around unfairness in terms of the handling of my application for law library membership. I raised the case of the gentleman who applied to go on the list. Many members of the law library have been in touch with me to say that they have contacted the Bar Council about my situation and that they have tried to assist with resolving the matter. One gentleman wrote to the Bar Council. He sought to go on the approved master list in order to take me on as a pupil, but his application was rejected on the basis that he didn't spend enough time in court. At the same time, another member of the law library has said to me, and this member is on the master list and does have a pupil lined up for next year, he has told me that he currently has no superior court hearings scheduled at present, and he has said that many of his cases resolve outside of court. So this is very confusing, how one man's application is rejected and another is allowed on the list in these circumstances. I also raised with Mr. Seán Guerin the correspondence that I had received from a separate barrister again, who had written to Mr. Seán Guerin last year expressing concern, serious concern about how I was being treated in my search for a master, and who offered his assistance with establishing a pupillage relationship for me. This man's correspondence was not responded to for months. He sent follow-up email after follow-up email to Mr. Seán Guerin. However, there was no response from Mr. Seán Guerin. Eventually, this barrister, in his dismay, he approached Mr. Seán Guerin in person and asked him why he was not responding to his correspondence. Whereupon Mr. Guerin said that he didn't want to discuss me with anybody. Now, I'm aware that a number of days ago, Mr. Guerin, the chair of the Bar Council, was in attendance and indeed was one of a select number of speakers at a pre-Pride March party here in Dublin. That party was organised by the OUTLAW network. That organisation, OUTLAW, exists for the promotion of lesbian, gay, bisexual and transgender inclusion in the legal sector. That is the purpose of the organisation. Mr. Guerin attended that party and spoke at that party. He was accompanied by Mr. Rossa Fanning, Senior Counsel, the current Attorney General of Ireland, who was the keynote speaker at the event. Of course, Mr. Fanning pursued my brother Enoch Burke in the courts for his salary and for his bank account after my brother refused to endorse transgenderism in the school where he worked. Mr. Fanning pursued my brother Enoch Burke, and €50,000 was taken from Enoch Burke's bank account after he refused to endorse transgenderism. So Mr. Seán Guerin was able to take time out of his schedule to attend at this Pride event, which is supposed to be about the inclusion of LGBT in the legal sector. And yet there was a refusal to engage with the barrister who was offering assistance in relation to my case. And if it is the case that I am being treated unfairly and in a discriminatory fashion because of my beliefs, that is extremely concerning. Obviously, Mr. Guerin was able to spend time speaking at this LGBT event, but he didn't engage, and he left this barrister for months without any response or even an acknowledgement to his correspondence offering to assist me to find a master. Now, we know what pride is. It's about lesbian, gay, bisexual and transgender ideology, and obviously that's something that Mr. Guerin supports and promotes. I don't believe in LGBT ideology. I don't believe that a man can become a woman and that a woman can become a man. God made them male and female. That's my belief. And I have a right to be treated equally with all of the other applicants for law library membership. I have spent upwards on €40,000 on my legal education. I have a Bachelor of Civil Law degree from the University of Galway, a Master of Law degree from the University of Cambridge. I spent a year at the Honourable Society of King's Inns. And I've worked very hard. I've come top of my class. I was called first to the bar in October of 2023. And it's extremely disturbing and distressing at this point to be being blocked from proceeding with my chosen career and practice in the courts of Ireland.